Morning, everybody. Hope you're having a great weekend. Here it is, Sunday morning, and things are going to be really good today. I want to read to you a post on Quora that I found, and I think it's really interesting. That's why I decided to use it for this video. It'll give you some insight into what flat earthers think. So, let me read this. Excuse me if I look down a lot. This guy is talking about his brother-in-law, who is very conservative, believes in anti-vaxxing, all this stuff. And he says, I just lost my blank when I found out he was a flat earther. So me, trying to be a good brother, decides to convince him he's wrong. It's easy to do. The evidence for round Earth is overwhelming, and there is literally no evidence for a flat Earth. I found out some interesting things in the discussion, though. He says, Billy tried to debate me at first. It went poorly. I was able to produce immediate evidence to support my position, while he could literally produce nothing. He kept saying, I've seen papers from experts, but he couldn't produce or find one paper. All his sources were Globusters, YouTube channel, which I'm sure you've all heard of. And I was able to debunk each video he presented. The next day, we found him even more hardened in his position and angry at me for being a know-it-all. This was about my last straw with him. Ever since then, I've been done engaging with the guy. He's a construction worker. Oops, sorry about that, Leo. Who thinks he knows more than scientists. It drives me nuts. Drives me nuts as well. These guys that think they know everything about science. But then I realized something. It's not about logic at all. I thought he was just an idiot misled by a bad information, but that was just not the case. But if that was the case, he'd wisen up in face of the facts. He didn't. So Billy is something of a failure, bounding from mistake to mistake in life. Being a flat earther and a conspiracy theorist allows him to lord over everyone as he's the enlightened one. In the real world, he's just a small fish in a very large pond, and his ego would just not allow that. However, this weird world of conspiracies and hidden knowledge, he's smart according to other followers of this stupid movement. Suddenly he is a bigger fish in a small pond, and he will do anything to protect his pond. Billy isn't defending the flat earth lie. He is defending his ego. Now just think of the flat earthers like Nathan Oakley, Daniel Pratt, CC, all these guys. It's not an issue of truth. It's an issue of low self-esteem. If I took Billy to space, he would say I installed TV monitors in the windows, or that it's because some mass delusion. He would deny it because his priority is to protect his fragile ego. Even if I somehow convinced him to believe his own eyes, which is ironic because the strongest flat earth point is that it looks flat, I would change nothing. The other flat earthers would just say, I bought him off. You cannot debate or argue with a flat earther. These people are that. Number one, externalize blame. If they are late to work, they will say traffic was bad or construction stopped me instead of I overslept. These people find it a lot easier to blame everyone else for their failures. Number two, they lack any and all background in the sciences. Anyone with even a surface level of education can prove the earth is round. It's not hard. They're desperate to belong to something. Number four, they have the ego of an academic relishing in the myth of their own intelligence, like Orphan Red. Crud. This thing always keeps Four, they have the ego of an academic, relishing in the myth of their own intelligence, yet they have done nothing to actually earn that ego. They never went to school or tried to seriously study anything. They can act like big shot academics and get respect from others, from other lost idiots, and it fulfills their need to be considered smart. I find this a lot, and I just hate this. Kyle Adams is one that he knows full well that he doesn't know what he's talking about. He went to high school and maybe he took a science class in high school. In college, he was a fine arts major, painting, and it's not likely that he had any time to take any amount of science classes, and yet now he considers himself to be a science expert. What's his name? Eric Dubay is another one. I read somewhere that he went to school, he went to college, majored in English, but then dropped out because it was too hard. Now he did teach in college in Thailand, which again I think is a easy thing to do. Just about anybody can teach English in Thailand because they need English teachers. He's now a yoga teacher, and He's now a yoga teacher, and yet he considers himself to be quite an expert. Another one is Mark Sargent. Before he started into Flat Earth, he was a video game tester, and he'll tell you that. I've heard him. And, now he's practically the leader of the Flat Earth movement, and it's because of this low ego, low self-esteem stuff. So that's number 4. Number 5, the last one. They have failed in many areas of their life. They're generally the worst among us, those without accomplishment. Being one of the enlightened helps them to lord over everyone. Again, this is like Nathan Oakley. He has his following. He can make them do anything. He sets up his GoFundMe accounts, and they just shower him with money. It's amazing how someone that knows nothing can get people to follow him and accept him as the Almighty. So, that's about all I had today, because I wanted you to hear that letter. It's definitely, I've seen these things where people in high school, junior high maybe, if they went to college, they were totally afraid of science and physics and math. They just found them too hard. There was too much work, and they just didn't want to do that. And they get out into the real world, and suddenly they're physics experts. They know all about astrophysics. They know all about math that they need to know, and anything they don't know is fake, or you don't need to know. And you can name your favorite flat earther, and I can explain what it is they do that's wrong. So take this with you this week and think about the words from this letter. I'll put the link to the letter on your description, and do look at that and do comment. I love the comments. One caveat I have that I need to tell you is that my previous video about the oceans was pretty wrong, and so I'm going to take that video down, and maybe I'll try to fix it. That's all I have for today. I hope you have a good week, and maybe I'll have some good videos for you in the coming days.